All right, I just got done talking about comparing to the Yankees of the 50s. It's impossible. I mean, you just can't do it. Not only did these guys win those championships, they served in the military. They stopped their careers for 3 years to serve in World War II and then came back. And then think about the travel. You know, at that time, the farthest team west, the farthest Western team in the American League was the St. Louis Browns before they became the Baltimore Orioles. That was a 36-hour train ride from New York. So imagine finishing a series in New York on a Sunday afternoon where you just played a doubleheader, by the way, and probably played in both games. Yogi Berra caught both games many times. Then you get on a train and you go 36 hours to St. Louis to play another series. And then, of course, you're going to have to work your way back to New York. So you can't compare. Then let's take a look at the Yankees of the 90s. I mean, the Yankees of the 90s and early 2000s. Guys like Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera. Derek Jeter, probably one of the greatest players of all times. 3,400 plus hits, 5 world championships, an All-Star Game MVP, World Series MVP. I mean, the guy was phenomenal. Mariano Rivera, the greatest closer in the history of baseball, over 600 saves. When he came on the mound, when he trotted on the mound with a Yankee lead, the other team knew it, and you knew they were going to win. Andy Pettitte, Jorge Posada, Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, David Cohn, Roger Clemens, Mike Mussina, and I can go on and on. I mean, you know, Jason Giambi, their manager, Joe Torre. I mean, these are guys that built a dynasty of the late 90s and into the early 2000s. So my whole point in all this, and then, of course, the Yankees of the 70s, right? I mean, they only won 2 World Series, but there were some great players. Ron Guidry, Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson, Goose Gossage. Again, I could go on and on there as well. But my whole point is that let's not get so caught up in trying to compare the current Yankees to the older Yankees. Yes, this Yankee team has some problems. Yes, they were poorly constructed, but that's the general manager's fault. Okay? And if the boss was still here, it wouldn't be that way. But these players are never going to be, we can't hold them to the standard of those great Yankee teams. And I think sometimes as Yankee fans, because we're so used to the success that they've had, that it's easy to do that. Even though we don't admit it consciously, subconsciously we're trying to compare Volpe to Jeter. We're trying to compare Austin Wells to Posada or Yogi Berra. We're trying to compare Judge to Mickey Mantle. You can't do it, okay? So let's enjoy the Yankees as they are. They got to a World Series last year. We can still argue about what they needed to get better, but let's just enjoy the current Yankees as well as enjoy the fond memories of the Yankees of old.